Hi Collective, welcome to the channel, Cosmic Divine Dreamer. Hi everyone. So this is going to be a goddess reading that I'm doing for all of my beautiful goddesses that are guided to this reading. Now, you might not even realize that you are one, or you could have recently awakened the inner goddess within. I'm also going to be labeling this one for like Divine Feminines, Twin Flame Collective, because I feel that this is all part of it, okay? So, because I've always felt to share a little bit of my story of what's going on, and I'm definitely here helping all of you, right? So anybody can really be guided to this reading, but I've undergone many transformations, and I don't know. I'm gonna get into the cards and deliver more messages as I go through the cards. But I was sitting here and I was thinking a lot about the healing that I've went through recently with the very significant series of these supermoons that we've had ongoing, along with Lionsgate and having 7 planets in retrograde as they're starting to go direct now. Especially we had Venus just go direct, so it really makes you really start to think a lot about your love life, your situations, your relationships, and you know, a lot of you could be feeling this shift as though you could have been like reflecting and thinking a lot about your relationships and connections, and then all of a sudden now that it's going direct, things are starting to change. You're starting to realize that, you know, I need to start taking action on what it is I truly love and desire, where if for some of you this is just putting this self-love and self-worth into yourself, all right, or in other relationships and things like that. When you really work with cosmic alignments and planets and retrogrades and things like this, you start to see that things feel more natural and flow, and you have more of that strength to, at those times, to use these. You feel more empowered, right? So for a lot of you, you're going through major changes in like your love life, how you perceive love. Like for instance, for me, like my whole definition of like love and things like that changed, right? Like I realized that I was really attracting a lot of relationships and settling for situations because of my self-worth, of how much love I felt for myself, because I had some deep childhood woundings that I was clearing out. So like I was just attracting broken relationships, and I was attracting relationships where I felt I could give love and not receive love. Like it was like I didn't want to receive the love because I didn't want to get hurt, and it was kind of like I'm going to give love to those that like this may not even make sense to some of you. Some of you it may. Nobody could really understand. I always knew that I was different, but I was kind of like, I'm going to give love to those people that deserve to have love. It's like even though like, it's like I knew that some of them were dark inside, I kind of felt like I could get them to find that love from within and kind of turn them into this beautiful person and change. And then I realized, in fact, that I couldn't, right? There's only so much that you can do, but it was kind of like, in a way, I'm realizing now I was safeguarding myself. It wasn't that I was attracting or I was settling for these relationships because I didn't feel as though I could do better. Like, I guess part of me felt as though I wasn't deserving, but now that I'm realizing it was more because I didn't want to get hurt. And I guess I kind of had these big walls up where it was like, no, I'm not going to get into a relationship where somebody can truly hurt me. I'm truly not going to let someone love me. And like, it wasn't fair because I got in these situations basically with the intent that I'm not truly ever going to let you love me, and I'm going to give you the most amount of love I can, but it wasn't coming from a place that was fair, because since I didn't love myself, I truly couldn't have loved them. And you know, I can't even say I wouldn't have probably ended up in those relationships, because it's really interesting how we have these soul contracts, You really do come into alignment with people as you're supposed to. But it's like, how is it predetermined for the vibration that you're at? Like, I don't really, I know we have free will and all of that, but, and you're going to attract relationships to the frequency level that you're on, right? So I've always said, like, even though you get to choose relationships and things like that, you still attract them. You still have soul contracts. But I guess you can go further off your path, maybe. Anyway, I'm not going to try to explain too much of this, but I guess let me go back into what I'm saying this at. So recently I've realized that, yeah, I really need to spend some time loving myself and focusing on what it is I want, and to stop settling. Oh, and here's the second part that I was feeling, is that I've always felt, I guess, knowing laws of attraction and things like that, I always knew that I would attract my soulmate, the one that truly deserved my heart. Maybe that's kind of like the path I was going down. It was like, if I give love and do things right, like I'll, and even though I've stayed in relationships that I've been treated horribly, I was like, I'm going to be getting rescued. Divine is going to give me somebody that's truly going to love and respect me if I'm just dedicated and don't give up and things like that. But still, I've recently realized that, no, you have to stand up for yourself and kind of command the universe, and you have to reclaim your power back, because it's like, if you stay in that situation, if you're allowing people to mistreat you, you're actually telling the universe that is okay for them to treat me that way, right? Most people don't know that. So when you start to stand up and you start to say, like, no, I am not going to let you disrespect me, I am not going to let you do this, then you're putting that out there to the universe, that you do deserve respect, that you do honor it. And it should have been square in the face, because one day I was so disrespected by my boyfriend, and I was so mad, and like I was yelling at like myself in the mirror, saying that I deserve better. And that day we literally broke up, and that was it. I was done with him. And I remember I was always thought about that, like, gosh, like I was that mad that day. And we were off and on for like years, and we did these things, and he disrespected me, and I'd forgive him and get back together. But no, like that was our final thing, right? And I've always just remembered that. It was like that day I was just so determined. Like I just told the universe, I will not be disrespected anymore. I will not be, and it's interesting because I've never been disrespected that way again by anybody else. But I've had 2 more relationships since then that have disrespected me in other ways, like belittling me and just not saying it to my face. Like, so it was like, I told the universe, like, no, I will never be disrespected, called these names, did these things, to my face directly. So that hasn't happened, but it's been happening in other ways. So I've been realizing that, like, yeah, you really do have to stand up for yourself and defend yourself and tell the universe what it is you will allow, what it is you will not. And now I've been realizing that, yeah, this has really been shaping me and really getting me back into my power and restoring every little piece of me that has been taken apart since I was little, restoring me into this beautiful goddess that I am, right? And it's like, no, if I look back a couple years ago, like, no, I would not consider myself this beautiful goddess, because I couldn't defend my title, right? A goddess is not going to let some peasant come in and disrespect them and belittle them and just walk away and be weak. No. Goddesses are also warriors, right? So, yeah, I've been realizing that, yeah, these things, and how much strength it actually takes to endure a lot of things to build you up, and that all of these things, they've actually been building me up and making me stronger, and showing me how much I've been able to control and how I've been able to keep going. And all these things that have been trying to tear me apart, no, they maybe in the moment they seem that way, but actually they've been building me up for something far greater. So I appreciate all of those relationships, and now I'm starting to see it's like I've been getting further and further from them. So just, there's been a big perception, a big change while I've been going on this for 10 minutes. So it's going to make sense for somebody. I don't know. I've just really been going with what's on my mind lately. I'm not really knowing which way I'm really going with everything. I guess this is where people take breaks, right? Go on hiatus, go in there. But it's like, to me, I'm just been having fun with this transformation. And I like doing my readings every day. And I know they're going to be for somebody. I couldn't yesterday, though. Literally, we were offline for like 24 hours. It was awful. It was awful. But, like, I know it was for me. I was just working on other things and trying to learn, you know, different decks and stuff. But for my children to not have Wi-Fi and internet access and everything in this digital world, it just... Anyway, so yeah, I like doing readings every single day, and some of them, depending on how much different things that are going on within my mind, there's been a lot of transformations, a lot of things that have been going on in my mind. So sometimes I come off, you know, scattered in different things, right? But whatever, it is what it is. So I'm working on getting more structured, and I will be working on finding more ways to establish. But right now I'm just kind of being my own way, doing readings my own way. It's like I've just been learning to go with the flow. Like, I really wanted this channel to be like where I'm focusing a lot on the cosmic alignments and the amazing thing that's happening. And I've been wanting to do so many readings and all these different retrogrades and stuff. But having my life so chaotic and all of these things and trying to get structure, I haven't been able to work on it like I want. So I don't know. Maybe that's something I need to change, because it's just not building and going as I want it to. But I need to I've just kind of been taking one day at a time. So all this is going to be helpful for somebody. My messy life. But you know what? I know that I'm going to get there, and I'm going to look back at this. But a lot of this too is me and my journey, you know, to all the different places I've been, and just the things that I've been through, you know. Anyways, I feel like I'm going on too much. So, yeah. All right. Let's get into some cards now. I'm going to quit talking. So I'm probably going to have to put a timestamp on this one for sure. So, tarot and mystical moments, you know, and really if you are on the twin flame journey, right? So I was feeling as though like my divine's going to come find me in all of this, because I'm going to raise my vibration so high, and I'm going to be this beautiful divine feminine, and I'm going to attract my masculine. Past 2 years I've been in that energy. 2 years. And yeah, I believe I did. But at the same time, I'm like, I feel like I have a karmic or a toxic karmic masculine. And there's been so much of false flames and all of this stuff. And I finally just had to give up, because I'm like, you know what? He's either a master dark magician, and he's on the wrong side, or, you know, either way, it's like I finally realized that okay, so many of you are like trying to figure out, I feel, is that if you're really with your twin, if you should stay, if you're with a false twin, because I see that getting thrown around a lot out there. And I know I've been back and forth, but there's been so much where I'm like, no, because he showed so much of me, and he's like a mirror of me in every way, and it's advanced me more spiritually, you know. And But at the same time, he's just so obsessive of me and watches everything that I do. And for a while, I was thinking like he was like my doppelganger. I'm not even playing. So I'm like, there's so much things that can impact these, but I was like, I need to get away from the labels and the titles and the missions and all of this, that I just need to focus on me. Everything's distracting me from focusing on me and what I want and the love for myself. And so I was like, it doesn't matter, because if this is my twin or not, if he's toxic and karmic like this, like, no, I don't want to be with this. This is poisoning me. This is, setting my life back, bringing me down. Like, what am I doing? Like, I was like, it's not failing the mission. It's not. You need to know that. It doesn't matter from this twin flame mission if you're dealing with a karmic, toxic person, whether it's your twin or not. You need to get them away from you. And I know that it can be challenging, because the love is there, because those teach you, build you up the most strongest things to people. And I'm realizing that, like, why has it been so challenging for this? Because I've put up with other people treating me so bad before, but this time it's just so different. And I realize it's because this is the first person that I've ever let get close enough to me, that actually show love, receive love, that got me vulnerable, that got me to show love. So I don't know, part of it's that Leo energy, like, no, you're not going to take that for granted. And no, maybe it is like an ego thing, because I'm like, no, I don't want to be hurt afterward thinking that I let you vulnerable to me when I didn't let anybody my entire life ever get that close to me, and I let you get that close to me. And now even though me, I'm the upper hand, me, I'm the one walking away, because I have more self-love than myself, than to stay and be disrespected and belittled. But then maybe part of me is like afraid what that'll do to my ego. Maybe it is an ego thing that I need to go through a little bit more. That's why if you can change the perception, I can realize, but you know what? This relationship gave me the last few pieces that I need to really get me to awaken this inner goddess. So when you look at it from that perspective, like, it helped me, it didn't take anything from me, maybe that'll get you the courage that you need to walk away and let it go. I feel this is going to be inspiring for some of you. Alright, if it's not making sense to you, don't claim it. Yeah, look, devil energy. Because for some of you, and I've been talking about this for a minute, that I've been toxic twin flame, and I've been the one out here saying not all twin flames relationships are beautiful and roses and rainbows and lollipops and all of that. That, yes, you could very much be with the narcissistic twin, because some of you do have like toxic masculines, but at the same time, it's like divine's gonna bless you, and if they're that way, they're not divine, and they're gonna get stripped of their gifts, and they're not gonna be divine. So maybe the way I've been presenting it is wrong, but I've just been trying to put it out there, like, for some of you, yeah, like some of you, your divines are in the darkness. They're the ones that failed the mission, not you. They went to the dark instead of the light. They're the ones that are using their gifts in dark ways. And it could be keeping you trapped in this web, because you feel this connection, this love, because that's still there. But that's why, to me, these ones that have these situations, it's not all, they're the most strongest. And that's what I feel that I'm in. Because, yeah, the passion, the love, and all of that is there, but that's what's had me endure, and that's what's had me, like, stay in this. And at the same time, it's like, if that love and that passion wasn't there, I wouldn't have stayed in this long. I wouldn't have let these situations go so deep to me. I wouldn't have, I would have just given up. I would have walked away. I wouldn't have learned what I needed to. I wouldn't have gotten the strength that I needed to be a warrior, to be a fighter, to let this go. So I see now. So I get it. Alright, so hopefully it's helpful to somebody. I'm going 20 minutes of this now. Alright, anyway. This Tarot of Mystical Moments. See the twins on the front too. I felt guided to say it got pulled on my desk a couple days ago. This and the Oracle of Light and Dreams. I felt. Yeah, this is the deck that I was trying to learn. It's so beautiful. And when it was cute, I was rearranging all my cards and these two got put on the desk. I'm like, this is perfect. Because somebody was recently talking about the elf realm, the elf kinds. And then I don't see a lot of people talk about the elves and the fairies and all of that in the other realms. And this is a beautiful deck that talks about the charming elves, magical beings, and the trusted animals, spirit animals, and familiars that they work with. And it got this because I wanted it to go along with, I like to match things. So I like to have my fairy tarot with fairy oracle, and I've got a deck with elves in it, so I wanted this, and this is a combination. It's so beautiful, and the messages. So I was learning them right. So the elemental realm. So anyway, and I was trying to figure out, like, yeah, the different archetypes and everything that are in here. So I'm going to be doing some more readings. Some more mystical readings. I don't know, that just interrupted me there. Alright. Alright, let's get into doing a reading now, like I've been trying to do. Alright, let's go ahead and current energy. Knight of Wands. It's crossing. Ten of Wands. Okay. Influences. Knight of Swords. There's those two knights. There's two knights. Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords. What's hidden? Six of Wands. There's a hidden victory here. Advice from spirits. The Page of Pentacles. It's past influence. Death. Alright, see, there's been a transformation. Huh. Eight of Swords is the karma. Interesting. See, you were almost put on a timeout. You were put somewhere for a reason. Because it was always meant for you to break away. It's the challenge, because that was ultimately going to complete this. Initiation. Reawakening I'm getting. Three of Wands is the challenge. Action is the Nine of Swords. Interesting. Outcome. Five of Cups. Yeah. See, the outcome is some sort of ending. This is like the final part. Yeah, Five of Swords with the Lovers. Seven of Cups. For some of you, it's like literally you just have to let go of a relationship that's keeping you trapped and stuck. That's like the final thing. It's like it was always meant for you to do this. You had to do this to complete this initiation, this reawakening of this goddess power. It's almost like it's your justice. You have to do it. See? Knight of Cups right here. With the Star. It's like your wish fulfillment's going to move in right towards you once you let go of this. See, Ace of Cups, let go of this fear. Because you're wearing the mask. The Seven of Swords is you. You're being deceptive because you are holding on to something for the wrong reason. Like I was saying, is this I'm staying into something because of ego? Like, no, you're not going to leave. For some of you, you could even be in this energy of you feeling as though they're deceiving you. They're going to do these things because it's almost like for some of you, like you may be trying to pick fights. You may be trying to turn somebody to and something with you to be done with it. Does that make sense? It's almost like you're looking for trouble, but the trouble's within you. I mean, that, like I said, this isn't you. Don't claim it, but it's that's what's going on here. And it's past woundings that you're having to work through too. Maybe for some of you, it's because of how they're treating you. Maybe sometimes it's easier to end things when there are deceptions and lies and betrayal going on. But it's like, I feel something else is going on, but it's like, this is going to be your justice walking away here. Because you're doing it for your own self-worth. And it's like, this is really going to trigger something, because it's ultimately, it's like you're being loved, you're being cared for. This probably, like, maybe you're in a situation that's far better than previous situations or relationships you've had. So maybe that's why for some of you, like, you're being grateful for it, because you've been in worse situations. It's like one of those where maybe you're in relationships where somebody's not being as abusive. So you're like, all right, well, at least you're not being physical abusive. At least it's just all mental abuse. I know that I got there. I've been there. I've been in relationships where I've been physically abused and hurt and so shooken up. I couldn't sleep. Like, really fall asleep. I was always like her, keeping like one eye open, right? So I'm like, at least I can actually fall asleep. I feel a little bit safe. It's not as bad. Like, no, you shouldn't ever have to, like, be in that energy. No. Like, seriously. Look at all these eyes are looking at me, too. See, for some of you, like, you're not sleeping very well because all of this stuff, it's like, it's within your body, right? But for some of you, you're still working on clearing that out. You know? Like, to me, like, look at all those different eyes, all those different fear, and those things are just stopping her from sleeping. For a lot of you, this big healing is letting go of trauma and things that have been embedded within your body. You know, I know that I have a lot of past traumas that I'm healing. Like, I know I really had PTSD, and I think I had the one that keeps coming back too. But I've healed myself from that. I've learned how when I start to feel those feelings and the triggers that happen, I can do breathing techniques, I can calm myself down, I can release those emotions. It's not going to flip my mind and get my mind into a place where I'm going to be down a destructive path, and it's not going to affect my mood for a couple hours, because that's what it does, and it's like it's a loop, and it'll get stuck, and then you can't get it off your mind. Like, I have found ways to, you know, so you can, it's like rewiring it, but you have to really feel the emotions and release them to get them out. So it takes phases. It takes, because it's like you have to let it come up, and then you have to release it out of your body, right? Like, I've realized one of the most recent ones is because of situations that happened to me, being vulnerable by myself, being taken advantage of by situations and men, and I was afraid to walk around by myself whenever it was dark. Okay, and recently my situations, like, still be careful, like, you know, I'm not going to go walking down an alleyway thinking, oh, I'm untouchable and things like that, but it's like I'm not scared to, you know, go to my car in the middle of the night or something like that. Go, you know, where before I was like, no, it's dark, I'm not going to go outside. I'm not going to walk down the street to the store or anything like that. Like, so a lot of that was taken from me, you know, like, so I was working a lot on needing to let go of those fears, not being taken advantage of, not feeling as though, like, I still have the mindset, like, I need to have something to protect, but it's not like that. Like, before, it's like, I always had to have something that could be a weapon or something on me. Like, I was always in that mindset, like, what do I have that could be a weapon that I would need to have? I need to defend myself. Like, it's not really that much, like, You know what I mean? Like, it's different. Like, you shouldn't have to feel that way. So somebody's working on letting go of those fears, right? That's what I mean. Everybody can go through many different things. Castles, anyways. Those eyes are really getting to me because there's those very scared. Can you see them? The scared eyes. Like, to me, I have felt each and every one of those eyes in her body, right? And I've had to release all of those things. I've had to unseen trauma and tragedy, and, you know, to me, I've worn all these eyes, right? So I've had to heal each and every one of these things. Wow, okay. So, yeah, there's this Five of Swords on the bottom. To me, you know, this is like a lover causing this pain and doing these things. It's like, for some of you, these relationships, it's like they belittle you on purpose. Not because they want to hurt you, but because they don't want you to truly know your self-worth. Because if you did, you wouldn't be with them. For some of you, it's like they know that. They know how amazing and beautiful you are, that they don't deserve you. 3111 is they say that. And it's like, if they feel like if they cherish you and they show you all of that love, that you're going to leave them. So if you start to change your perspective and how it is, for some of you that might make it harder for you to leave, right? But for others of you, like, you ultimately still know that they're because of the low self-love they have for themselves and the wounds that they have on their heart, they're never going to treat you the way that you truly deserve to be treated. So it's almost like you have to agree to be in this relationship where they're going to treat you this way. So you're not going to get to be this goddess, basically. They're never going to treat you like a goddess. It's not because they don't think that you are. It's because they know if they treat you that way, then they're going to lose you. Or for some of them, they're just so narcissistic that they think that they're a god and they're never going to treat you like one. And they want to keep their options open. And for some of you, if you stay in these situations, like if you keep trying to manifest something happening to you, like them cheating you or cheating on you or leaving you for, like, that's going to happen if that's what you're going to put out there, but you're not going to learn this lesson. You have wish fulfillment that's here for you. The Star card is here. It's a major healing, right? I feel that that's going on at this time. Like, it's already here. This healing is already taking place. And it's like, as soon as you let go of the healing, as soon as you're done with the healing, you get this wish fulfillment. And the final part, for some of you, it's like this hurt. This has already happened, but it's just this loss that you have to feel. But the divine is going to come in and send something pretty amazing in right away. I don't feel that you have to sit in this energy very long at all. Right? Because it's not meant to. It's really just meant, like, it's not, that's what I mean. Like, this isn't going to be like in the past where you're 3311, as I say. I'm seeing a lot of 11s and 3s, 3313. It's like this pain has already happened. The healing is already underway. You're like coming out of the healing, getting that wish fulfillment. But you got to get something out of the way. This has to be something that you have to do, because this is what's going to unlock a new level for you. This is something that's going to get you that empowerment that you need for you to let go of the situation, because that's you saying, like, no, enough is enough. Like I was saying, when I was like, I deserve better. So get mad, because you know what? That's what happened that day. Is I got mad, and even though I remember, like, I felt a little bit bad because they were, my boyfriend at the time, my ex, was being so apologetic, and I was like, nope, I'm done. Like, that's it. And in his mindset, it was like, I'll come back when she calms down and it'll be fine. But no, like, I made up my mind then. I was done. And then I even did something, because I was like, I need to do something to make sure that I know that I'm done, right? And I'm not going to say what I did, because I don't want, I just don't want to disclose, right? So, but I did something to make sure that I wouldn't. Anyway, let me move on. So, the Knight of Cups here in this star. Why? The star is right here. What was I looking at? I keep seeing the Seven of Cups. Over here is the star. And I just realized 7, 7 is next to each other. That's like jackpot, luck, bonus, right? I've been picking up a lot on the 7, 7 frequency as well. But do you see this 7? See, because I was seeing it as the star card, because of the stars, the wish fulfillment. Right? But it's really the 7 of Cups. So, like, you have options. But she's focused on one. You have options, but you know what you want. For some of you, you know who this person is that you want. For others of you, maybe you don't, but you know that you want someone that's going to match you on your level. You want somebody that's going to be equally yoked. You want somebody that's going to meet you halfway. You want somebody that's going to be God to you as you are a goddess. And so, you know that. So see, like, that's what I mean. There's options here. I'm seeing a lot of blue too and butterflies. Let me show you guys, like, this beautiful frequency came in last night as I was falling asleep. And it says, listen to this and all kinds of good things will happen in your life. Let's see if it'll pick it up. Do you see the beautiful blue butterfly coming across the sky? I'm like, now I want to watch the butterfly and not go to sleep. But I've been doing a lot of these healing frequencies. Could be beneficial for some of you. Look at that beautiful butterfly. I've been seeing a lot of, how about I leave this on while I finish the reading? So, I'll come this over here. Seven of Cups, the Lovers, Five of Swords. See, there's a lover that's not treating you right, but ultimately it was meant to be this way. And it wasn't because you weren't lovable enough or good enough. They weren't good enough for you. And ultimately this is going to push you. A lot of times these relationships prepare you for your ultimate lover. And I really feel that's where you're going. This relationship prepared you. It's like you are almost there. For some of you, you went through such challenging situations, such hurtful situations. You had to go through all these relationships to prepare you, to get you ready for love, to get you to realize that you are lovable. And you had to work through your anger, for some of you, your rage, your pain, because they didn't want you to let this out on this beautiful lover. And for some of you, it's like this love that's coming in is so beautiful that you, wow, it flipped right to my Bluetooth. This one says flying, sleep in deep relaxation. This happens sometimes. Okay, I'll put it back on. That, I forgot what I was saying. I was talking about these that you wouldn't have been able to align with this frequency, with this love, because it's so high. Like, you had to transform to this butterfly. You would have never made it to this level of love where you were at. So a beautiful transformation has happened here. You've definitely outgrown a situation. See how she's sitting in that cage? I don't know if you can see the cage. It's kind of... But her wings are... She looks way too small for that cage. Her wings are poking out through the cage. I feel when you were put in this cage, you didn't have those wings or you wouldn't have fit. But now these wings have grown. And maybe those wings of what have knocked the top of that cage out, and you could still be sitting there not realizing these beautiful wings that you have, that you're able to fly. Here's another blue butterfly here on the death card. She's, you know, she looked almost dead here with the skeleton, but she's flesh colored and it's got these beautiful flowers that are within. I feel you were in a situation where you felt like you were doomed, right? I know that I felt that way. I really didn't know what love was at all. I wasn't loved as a child, right? Both my parents were so broken. And I know that I signed up to be into that situation because I wanted to heal them, right? But because of that, like, I didn't know what love was. So I went out into this world not knowing what love was, not knowing how to receive it, not knowing how to give it. So yeah, but this is somebody that all these experiences, you know, navigated and have showed love. So yeah, this is amazing. 3 of Wands. Something is just off at the distance. For some of you, it could have been like with somebody that was in a Knight of Wands energy. Player in and out. That could be what's so difficult too. Sometimes they treat you so well, but then other times they don't. That's because that's their inconsistency. When they get scared, it's like because they love you. I'm getting this. They love you very much, but it's like they love you, and that's kind of how narcissists can do it too. You know, like they're good at showing you love, but then controlling you with that. See, remember in their hidden areas, 6 of Wands. There is victory here. But outcome here is 5 of Cups. You have to let something go here. Alright, I feel I've said everything that I need to for this reading. I'm sending love and light to all of you. Definitely feel free to watch whatever you feel guided to. Yeah, this reading won't be for everybody. But I hope it reaches whoever needs it at this time. Love and light to all of you. Bye.